We know from research that American Indian children in the child welfare system who are connected to Native culture thrive and do much better than those who aren't.
Indian is as Indian does. And so children are much better off being in an Indian environment. There's so many subtle nonverbal, so many subtle non-conscious kinds of values and important things that are communicated to children outside of language, behavior, the children observing the behavior of people as you interact with other people. All of these kinds of subtle things are taught. For those important things to be taught, a child must be around Indian people. It's the highest form of learning. The preferred form of Indian learning is observation.
They told me that we couldn't be together because there was not enough tribal foster parents that were willing to take kids. They were short on parents and short on families. So we got separated.
I asked my Indian child welfare workers, do we have a placement for the child? And I usually hold my breath after asking the question because unfortunately too many times I get a negative answer.
The decision to be a foster parent, it's somewhat of a personal decision, but they need to realize it's not an individual decision as well because they have family members that they need to consider. They have their significant others, they have their children that need to be considered, their opinions valued, as well as the extended family.
The prospective foster parents that we're looking for need to be dependable, consistent, and especially to have patience.
We have families too that don't want to become involved because it might cause especially like in families, like a relative, they don't want to become involved because they feel like it might upset the family.
The parents' response to me a lot of times is very good. We're in this community, we're in a small community, you have to see each other, and once you get that bond with that parent, 9 times out of 10, those parents actually thank me for taking care of their children, and when they're not in the position where they can.
Since I was a kid in tribal, I want to go out and become a foster parent for Native American kids so I can teach them their background, their culture, so they can know where they come from. Their ancestors, stuff that will make, it's a blessing. It's the greatest thing to be from a Native American tribe. It's wonderful. It's something that you should embrace. People should embrace with you. And that's why I want to become a foster parent for those kids.
Yomacanita, Simis, to Midis.
Hithi Mahidis.
Mondo, what hintos?
Manchanda.
Hithi Mahi.
The greatest motivation for me as a foster parent is that I'm able to see the need of the community, to the children that are in need in our community, and realizing that a lot of the children are not born into an ideal situation.
Families or husband and wives need to have that kind of compassion when they see a child that's in need. What can you do to help this child make it in life, to become successful? An adult can do that if they take that challenge and step up and say, hey, I want to help you.
Okay, I want people who come with an interest in providing foster care to know that there is a process involved. That sometimes it may seem like a long process, but it's a necessary process so we can understand the family and what they can best provide for children in our care and to best meet that child's particular needs.
I'm very supported by the agency. A lot of people, when they think about going into foster care, they worry about providing for these children because not a lot, you know, they require a lot. Our agency that we work with is awesome. We have no problems at all. Anytime the child has a need that we can't meet, we contact our caseworkers or the tribe, and they make sure that it's provided for our children.
There's also a very important concern that we have children placed with Indian families. This is for the preservation of the culture. This is something every tribe has as its concern, their preservation into the future.
I've seen children that when they find out that they're Native American, that there's great joy you see in their face, and that now they belong to something, or that they've found a part of themselves. But if they're not able to do that, then there's always that part of them that's lost for themselves, not having a part of that identity that can help them to become a whole person.
As Native Americans, we are called to take care of our own people, our own children. Protect our legacy. Sign up to become a foster parent to a Native child.